Hey everyone, it's Amy Nugent, race director for the Milltowns Race Series. I'm here with my good friend Brianne Hoffert. Brianne is a registered dietitian nutritionist as well as a certified Roadrunners Club of America running coach.
Correct.
All right. And so we're going to just run through some quick Q&As, true or false, and tap into Brianne's expertise. So the first question is, true or false, one size fits all? What works for my running buddy will work for me.
That is a definite false. Everybody's very individual, and while it's great to train with a running buddy and can be super motivating, it's really important to kind of know where you're at as far as your running experience level and how far and fast to push yourself.
Okay. All right, next one. True or false? Real food is better than nutritional supplements or gels.
So really probably false, because sometimes there are instances where you're going to want that sports fuel, and that's going to be your best bet, especially if you're pushing yourself really hard and you want something that has the best ratio of glucose to fructose for fastest absorption and less GI distress, where food maybe for an ultra race where you're going slower can be a really good option, but it very much depends. But they both not necessarily one better than the other.
Okay. Next one, true or false? Everyone needs a structured training plan to prepare for a race.
So structured training plans are extremely helpful. Most people are going to want them, but false, not always. You maybe have just a goal of finishing and not be really concerned about whether or not you're going to run the whole event. You might want to run, walk. So you may not necessarily need a very structured plan, as long as you're making sure you get enough fitness in for whatever the event that you're training for.
Okay. True or false? Training for a marathon is a surefire way to lose weight.
That's a big false.
A big false.
Big false.
I made that mistake. That's why I signed up for my first marathon.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to improve your fitness, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But boy, our bodies have good compensatory systems that your appetite is going to be revved up, and it's very easy to still take in more energy intake than output, even with marathon training. So no, you will probably, possibly, likely gain some weight or stay the same. Some people lose weight, but not usually.
Well, and it's super important to fuel your body,
Yeah.
fuel the work that you're doing.
Right. To be trying to, it's not good to try to lose weight while you're marathon training, because then you're probably underfueled. You are underfueled if you're losing weight.
Super shoes are only useful for elite runners.
So false. There's definitely a speed increase benefit. About 2 to 4% is what most studies show. So you can figure that out with what your typical race finish would be and how much time that would save you. So
okay.
They're expensive, so it could be worth it to you if you're trying to BQ or you just want to be fast and try them out.
Okay. True or false? It's best to increase weekly mileage by only 10%. The whole 10% rule.
Okay. So the 10% rule, I'm going to say mostly true. It's a really good way to not do too much too soon. But for very beginners, you might not even want to go up 10% a week. That might be too much for you. So it's not like a hard and fast rule. It's just like try not to do more than that, because you're probably going to overdo it. So 10% or less is safer.
Yeah, you risk injury the faster you ramp up. Okay. Speaking of injuries, true or false? Running will ruin your knees.
That is false. So most studies keep showing that they're not necessarily linked. So running history and developing arthritis are not linked in any studies that they're really showing. So
okay.
False.
All right. True or false? Slower runners will always be slow.
So first of all, define slow, right?
Oh yeah.
So for one person, you're like, oh, I feel really slow. I've slowed down a lot. Like that might be somebody else's fast. So it's really individual. But increasing or incorporating some strength training, speed work is what I'm trying to go for here. Speed work sessions throughout your training will really help to increase whatever your slow is to make that faster.
Okay. All right. True or false? Drinking to thirst is the best hydration strategy.
Not the best strategy. Our bodies are not really good at letting us know keeping up with our thirst needs, especially on long bouts of exercise. And so it's best to hydrate early and often throughout, especially long endurance runs.
Okay.
So that you don't become dehydrated, because you likely will be a little bit dehydrated even if you're trying to keep up with that hydration.
Okay. So hit those water stops whenever they come up.
Exactly.
Okay. And our last one, runners don't need to strength train.
No, runners do need to strength train. So at least 1 to 2 sessions per week is probably enough if you don't want to overdo it either. And you can work with somebody to try to put those in your plan so that they don't negatively impact your harder runs as well. So you want to incorporate some of that strength training to decrease your injury risk for all, especially people who are new to running. You want to make sure you're strength training the muscles that you need for your best running form.
Okay.
Good luck, racers.